start this morning with our agenda as printed with our inspirational from my good friend and a wonderful asset to our beloved community, Miss Kelsi Queen. And I want y'all to know that she is the Chief Executive Officer of EGM Services located in the 5th District. And before she begins, I'd just like to say how much I appreciate her and her family. They started, once I came here, the first printed program with DeKalb County. And so we're so very thankful for you, and I'm looking forward to listening to your inspirational.
Thank you. Good morning. I want to thank the DeKalb Board of Commissioners and the staff for asking me to come to share some words of inspiration centered around small business and entrepreneurship. Small business entrepreneurship isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the brave, the patient, and persistent. It's for the overcomer. An overcomer is a person who prevails in spite of opposition, difficulties, and weaknesses. Situations will arise that are very frustrating, but you must decide to be an overcomer. You must press on. My father and mother, Arthur and Sandra Queen, moved to DeKalb County in 1985, and my father looked for work for months, and he kept hearing, "You're overqualified." Those companies didn't know at the time they were speaking to an overcomer. My father went to my mother and said, either we have to move back to DC or we must go in business for ourselves. On March 3rd, 1986, EGM Services, Inc. was established, then known as Ebony Glass and Mirror Company. Daddy was 43 years old at the time. Unfortunately, Dad hadn't established the relationships necessary to hit the ground running here in Atlanta, so he would drive his 1985 Grand Slam motorhome back to Maryland to get materials and back to Atlanta to complete small projects around Metro Atlanta. He would park that motorhome, blocks away from City Hall, and we all know how parking is in the city of Atlanta. So I want you to imagine parking a motorhome, walking in the rain, sleet or snow to hear about upcoming opportunities to build a company. You see, that's an overcoming spirit. You can't allow your current situation to determine your destination. You must press. Dad received a phone call one day from the city of Atlanta, and Bussey's Floral Shop was coming up in the new underground Atlanta. He gathered his team, and he seized the opportunity. He was given a timeline of 2 weeks to complete the project. After 4 days, he called the city back and said, "Is there anything else we can do for you? That project is complete." And from that project, EGM was on the map and headed for great success. Now, for the sake of time, let's fast forward 37 years to the year of 2023. EGM is a well-established glass and glazing company, and our founder and my hero, Arthur Queen, passed away March 10, 2023. On that day, the torch was passed. God works in mysterious ways. Let me explain the torch pass and why God's plan for our lives is so important and why we have to make sure we align ourselves in His will, and He will make our path straight. After watching my parents' entrepreneurial journey, I realized the hard work and sacrifice necessary at a young age and made up in my mind that I was just fine being a dollar earner and not a dollar maker. I'm a product of our wonderful DeKalb County school system. I graduated from Avondale High School of Performing Arts in 1998, and my high school sweetheart, who's sitting right back there and who's always by my side, and I became teen parents our senior year of high school. Shout out to our children, our Kaylin, who's a graduate of Howard University, and our son Malik, who's in his last year at Alabama A&M. My husband went on to the Navy, and I went to college and became an educator, psychology major. It takes an overcomer to transfer colleges twice and still graduate in 4 years with a dual degree, summa cum laude. It takes an overcomer to be a military parent alone in a new city while also being a young wife and manage a household. But guess what? With determination and fortitude, I did it. I taught in Virginia, Florida, and then came home and taught right here in wonderful DeKalb County. After a while, I decided it was time to go and see what the family business is about. In 2006, I became an employee at our family business alongside my husband and my brother. After learning the business and working my way up, I went on to get my executive MBA. And I stand before you, the receiver of the torch, the new face of EGM. And I received that torch at the age of 43. Did anyone catch that? My dad started the company at 43, and I received the torch at 43. God knows how to set it up, doesn't he? EGM has completed numerous projects, including Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the National Center for Civil and Human Rights, DeKalb Central Transfer Station, and several projects at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which is the busiest airport in the world. I want to make sure you heard me. A local, small, DeKalb County, minority, female business has been afforded the opportunity to perform on projects that are being talked about in the White House. EGM is on the verge of 2024 being our largest revenue year ever, and our company-wide theme for 2024 is Soaring for More in 2024. I'm a proud testimony of DeKalb County, Georgia, and I love my county. I've held the title of student, parent, and teacher here, and I currently hold the titles of DeKalb Chamber Board Member, Worshiper, Homeowner, and Business Owner in the DeKalb County. No one can convince me that great things don't come out of this county. I say to the Board of Commissioners and everyone in this room a quote by Nina Simone: "You will use up everything you've got trying to give everybody everything they want. Lean on God, use wisdom, and do what is right by the people." The saying hard work pays off isn't just a colloquialism. It's a factual statement. Lay the groundwork, push through, persevere. If an obstacle arises, figure out a way around it. And if you can't go around it, just go through it. There's a blessing on the other side of through, and it's right there waiting for you. There will be long days, late nights, early mornings, tribulation, and triumph. And as I take my seat, I have to ask if I have anyone else in the room that is determined to face this world we live in head on and be an overcomer in all areas of your life. And if so, would you please repeat after me? I am an overcomer.
I am an overcomer.
And I'm pressing on.
And I'm pressing on.
Thank you.
I tell you, what an inspirational